This post is about a video uploaded on Korean channel, which is the largest channel in Korea when it comes to handling issues in game industry, and the article uploaded on Invin, a Korean game news platform. The agency claimed that the moment this issue started, they requested the Korean Esports Fair Committee to correct the spread of false information, but there was no response even until now. So they came to this channel at last. Agencies sent all the chats between them and T1 to this along. Oh, this seems like very credible evidence then. I have to say the timing of this is fantastic because T1 is under heavy fire. And I have to say, Joe Marsh has, and the management team have a streak of some terrible decisions. And Joe Marsh used his PR stick to send a lot of problems towards the agent of, Zeus. But it turns out this agent was just getting more money for his client, and that's all he cared about, So let's take a look. 2024, November 7th, 12 days before the end of the contract, Becker Jung, T1's manager of League of Legends team, had a meeting with Zeus and they both agreed that they wanted to resign and then left. 2024, November 12th, first actual negotiation began. Zeus was offered disrespected and unacceptable level of salary. T1's excuse was that the esports industry had a poor financial structure. Yeah, the esports industry does, but I imagine the T1 doesn't, bro. You have a fucking literal boy band. The ZOFGK roster was about to make a shit ton of money, bro. We all know it. They were about to milk, bro. They're about to milk. The amount of jerseys with Zeus faces on and whatever, you're about to really, really cook. So agencies replied that they will wait for market evaluation to see whether other teams are having the same problem. Second negotiation, but did not reach an agree point. Third negotiation, T1 offered slightly increased salary compared to the first offer, but was nothing big enough to change the opinion of Zeus and agency. Another slight increase, another disagreement. The contract of Zeus ended. Other teams, including foreign teams, started to offer. Many foreign teams made huge offers, but Zeus wanted to stay within LCK, so was declined. The agency made the first offer to T1 after the market evaluation. T1 makes the final offer to the agency. Becker told the agency that T1 was running out of patience. Agency considered this as a sign that T1 was not willing to negotiate any further and rejected the final offer. T1 requested for a direct call with Zeus. Agency agrees. Zeus told T1 that if there isn't a huge difference in salary with other teams, he will sign T1. T1 requested face-to-face meeting with Zeus and departed from T1 building in Gangnam to Songdo, Incheon. However, agency noticed that T1 that the contract must be complete. Agency noticed T1 that the contract must be complete before 15 due to deadline with HLE. FYI, it usually take about 1.5 hours from T1 building to Songdo due to traffic. Hence, agency told T1 that if they got any better offer, just offer them via the phone. Agency reminds T1 for the last time that they're willing to take offers via phone. The deadline of HLE contract. However, agency pushed the deadline back a bit for the actual final offer from T1. T1 made the final offer. Agency makes the final offer back to T1 with the same salary but different contract duration. T1 rejects the change in contract duration offers with different condition. Agency rejected the final offer. Zeus notices that T1 that he will be signing with HLE through agency. Zeus signs the contract with HLE. T1 arrived at Songdo, Incheon, and met with Zeus. The contract was complete, so that they said their farewells. T1 announced the contract with Doran. There was a claim that agency sold Zeus to HLE just to get more contract fee, but the contract between Zeus and agency was the contract fee agency received is zero. As agency thought that the resigning with T1 was guaranteed, so there would be nothing much to do. Oh, damn! Damn! Hence, instead of trying to receive contract fee, they wanted to use Zeus for their marketing and attracting sponsorship. This is all based on the evidence provided by the agency, and T1 did not respond to it yet, so there might be some false information. However, it does seem more likely that these are true, as false evidence will cause even bigger trouble than tampering for the agency. This post was based on this. Let's just do a quick look through here if it makes sense. All right. Well, based off of what is written here, like this was terribly done. Negotiation was terribly done because basically what we're reading here, what the impression that Joe Marsh wanted to give us, the impression that they wanted to give us was that Zeus was just playing them like a fiddle and the agent was acting malicious, and that they weren't giving chances to give offers or to meet Zeus in person, It's like, you know, the angle of meeting in person and pulling that and not wanting to, of course, send the offer by person means that you're trying to convince them by other means. I've seen that done in many situations, and I have to say, I think that Zeus and the agent just played their hand beautifully, from what it seems like, because the last piece of the ZOFGK roster was going to be the most expensive piece. And when it comes to LCK, top lanes are the most attractive ones, especially since Keen is off the market. Zeus as a top laner, Korea as a support, these are the two roles that are just the most, like the least competitive. So having one of the best ones in their position is, of course, insane. So Zeus played his hand beautifully, because talking about esports industry having poor financial structure, I think it's crazy. I think it's really crazy. I think when it comes down to it, the team, the ZOFGK team, the amount of revenue they're about to cook when it comes to jersey sales or any type of merch that they do together or any type of events when they come together. Imagine they just say, this was the last year of this roster. It could have been insane. This could have been a massive, you know, massive situation. So, like in the end, the way it seems, like with this information, obviously I don't know if it's 100% true or not. But based off of reading this, and let's just check. Like obviously I'm reading a translation. This channel has 941,000 subscribers. Holy. And look at the comments. The comments are also in that same vein. They tried to exploit the best top lane of all time by gaslighting him by saying he was a youth product and renewing his contract at a low price. After the normal contract ended, I transferred to a team that paid more money. It's a legend that CEO took the lead and made the most passionate fans scold the player. Is it the team that does this, or is it the fan that does this? Damn, I didn't expect the YouTube comment to be that based. Holy. Is it the team that does this, and is it the fans that do this? Holy. They just watched the AMA without any event and excitedly said they were crazy about Trader's money and took the murderous step towards Zeus. Since I refuted with physical evidence, T1 didn't refute it, so they're asking me to refute it without any proof. You should have made such rational decisions. Alright, this is a little bit mumbo jumbo. The most absurd statement, Joe Marsh only speaks when he's sure. Joe Marsh, I thought it was Genji Kanabi, so I told him I was going to Canyon Genji. Who wants to apply oil to the sexy owner's body? Gee, well, what the hell? These must be some memes or something that I don't have a preview like. Also worth noting that according to the video, the face-to-face meeting ended amicably with T1 wishing well to Zeus and his future in HLE. Soon after, Joe Marsh went live with an AMA stating that T1 was never given a proper opportunity to make competing offer for Zeus. I don't know, bro. Now, with everything we know now, I have to say, everything just seems like Joe Marsh is just trying to be liked by fans, bro. That's what it all seems like. Because in my mind, I think that it's like they're trying to squeeze every penny, and especially now with the post of T1 in regards to Gumayushi, it just seems that they're trying to just play the you know, play the news, you know. I really don't like that. That's really bad. All right, the player Zeus negotiation fee. The player coaching staff shall be only the remuneration for the work of the agent due to the security should be paid in each of the following. The amount is paid to agent. The player coaching staff. Okay, so this is the part where basically the agency did not receive a fee for Zeus contract. They had to prioritize monetary interests over considering the best of players. Oh, this makes him so bad. Because it's like the fan, like the reason I talk about the fan sentiment is that Joe Marsh really played into the fan sentiment. The fan sentiment was very much so. It's like, oh, this agent made issues the previous year. Zeus almost didn't join. This agent almost ruined ZOFGK and almost ruined his career. It was Koma that had to convince him, you know? This type of shit. And the community sentiment was that they were angry about the agents here when Zeus wasn't re-signed yet as well. They were angry about it, so it really played into that. They had to prioritize monetary interests. The play is 0% of all fees players. The practice of personal will, which depends on the situation of player, is not to conclude the drug. All right, this is just a bad translation. No drugs here. The important point is that professional players contracts in the free agency. Making proposals and reverse proposals can be negotiating strategy to get better conditions. It can be negotiating strategy to get better conditions. It is not necessarily wrong to say you did not, even if you can feel sorry for the negotiation. There's a lot to use as a basis of criticism. This is a ball in negotiation where the face-to-face or non-face is applied conventionally. Joe Marsh, CEO of the EMA, said the proposal and reverse proposals were not made properly in this negotiation. I expressed my regret at that point. This is because the play is not in good faith in negotiations. T was not in good faith with Zeus. It is interpreted to mean miss. However, as a result of checking the concept of the instant conversation, the play proposed a reverse proposal to T1 during free agency period. So, once again, just lie. By the way, did you guys know that the agent of Zeus is the brother of Gorilla? Byung-Jun Kang. This is the brother of Gorilla, I believe, which is pretty cool. You know, small world. So basically, the invent is confirming that this is true, that they gave counter offers and so. T1 thought it was difficult to see the first offer was presented to a player who had contributed to winning a World Cup twice. At the priority negotiation, T1's proposal alone determines the market value of Zeus. I wanted to value the Zeus in the free agency market. This was intended to set the reference point for T1's proposal to be appropriate. I think this was a very good move. I think it would be crazy to sign the contract before going to the contract free season. The same way it would be crazy for Keen to, like, Keen signing with Gen G was a very reckless move. We could have waited T1 out, you know? And the fact that Keen signed made Zeus a monster player in the offseason. The fact that Zeus spoke directly to the T1 negotiators also confirmed. The process remains evidence, such as conversation records. However, the two sides disagreed. It was not narrowed, and eventually negotiations broke down. The timing of the article is brilliant. For sure, it's really brilliant. The timing of the article is really smart. Really smart. The timing of the article is fantastic for them. Because T1... At the end of the concert, it was 3 p.m. Community and T1 youth exodus. The rookie Zeus set the deadline at 3 p.m. on the day and refused to offer to meet in person. It is described as one. If you thought Jung in the meantime, you could have had beautiful farewell. So basically, 3 p.m. on the 19th, deadline was presented by Hanwha Life. It was possible to contact other teams about players who had gone through the priority negotiation phase. Other teams, anyone could contact Zeus players who did not have a contract official. Hanwha Life Sports also wanted to review Zeus players and offer conditions and receive the final decisions. I set the 3 p.m. deadline for my son's journal. All right, this is a bit confusing. The reason this deadline is important is that if the player and Zeus didn't respond by 3 p.m., this was because negotiations with Hanwha Life Esports were able to break down. So it just seems like Hanwha Life did set a deadline. It did seem like they put a deadline. After Zeus and the player are likely to be in a situation they only have to negotiate with T1. At T1, we had to compete with Hanwha Life Esports until 2:59, but at 3:01 p.m., from then on, the competitors disappeared, allowing them to get favorable position in negotiation. I presented an insight, according to the T1 negotiator 132. Final offer, he said, sending a message that patience is almost bottom out. That is, T1 is 3 p.m. I already put forward final proposal before, but my disagreement with conditions did not lead any implications. At 2:35 p.m., the T1 negotiator asked for an address to meet in person, but Hanwha Life referred to the deadline of esports and asked for additional suggestions by phone. Okay, there was a case where T1 met and solved in person. Last year, a team in the LPL won Zeus players I did and went to the brink of signing a contract. At this time, T1 director Jung Hee-hyun and little director Kim Jong-kyun Zeus came to the player's house and persuaded him that his contract with the LPL team was lost. The difference between the LPL team and Hanwha Life Esports case is the present or absence of an answer deadline. LPL team oral, the contract only went into the eve of close, and Hanwha Life set a deadline. Okay, so they tried to pull the same stunt, and they're explaining the differences. Okay, they tried to pull the same stunt as the previous year, of course. Overall, Zeus seems to have wanted to remain in T1 as a native of T1 youth. He has shown willingness to continue to play as a top laner for the team, but during the priority negotiations, we decided that we have received an unconvincing offer from T1. The market value has since been evaluated, moved to Hanwha Life Esports. It's also controversial that the player apologized to T1. The player is on T1's side. Really, the fact that I said long-term message beginning when we saw it was confirmed. Rather than official response to the call, the beautiful finish that requested the player's father. This was the message of the player. Okay. Apologies seek to dispel misunderstanding, maintain a relationship between the player and the T1 agency seems to stem from intent. It's just normal, polite expression, and the play they do not acknowledge this as their fault. This is recognized by CEO Joe Marsh. The meaning of apples is somewhat different. Yeah, honestly, everything coming out of the Joe Marsh camp smells extremely like rotten, I think. Extremely rotten. And he used like public perception as a massive stick, to swing around and to beat both Zeus and the agent with. And so I think it's very cool that the truth comes to light. And I have to say, if this was intentional too, the timing is also really good, because T1 is under heavy fucking fire. Zeus won first stand, and if you are playing the public perception game, this is the perfect time to do it, because everyone's angry about T1, they're angry about the management of Gumayushi, and now they're gonna be even angrier about the management of the Zeus, because now it's very obvious that they fumbled, because they had 7 opportunities to make an offer that made Zeus stay, and in the end, the fumble is so big because everybody knows how much money they could have made off, bro. If they just sold a jersey with Zeus's face on it together with the rest of the boys from the Z of GK roster, it would have been done, bro. And why didn't they? I think hubris. I think straight up hubris. They thought that Zeus owed them something. That's how it sounds like, that they just owed them something. But in the end, Zeus was the one who gave them so much. And I think it's just hubris. I think it's hubris and ego, because I think if you're in the market, right, you understand that straight up you fucking are in big trouble, right? You're in big trouble because Zeus has all the leverage. No top lane is left in the market. Hanwha Life, the richest fucking org on the market when it comes to money seeded from elsewhere. And then finally, of course, Zeus is the final piece for you. So he is super expensive for you too. He is just plain and simple the most valuable player on the market. And if T1 had no respect for that, that's fully on them. You can't be delusional about it, right? You cannot be delusional about it. Like, the agent just knew the value of Zeus, and that's the purpose of an agent, and he did him right.